As we watch the world around us change, we are starting to see more people experience anxiety, depression, and stress. So joining me today is Jordana and Janice of Trauma Recovery Service of Arizona. Tell us how they're here to help us and those in need through these times here. And I will say, ladies, that we were talking beforehand that we are seeing this world change. We're starting to see people become very different, getting back to work and stuff. But the big part we want to talk about are people are not talking about this and people aren't getting help. And that's where you ladies come in to help out, which is so important. And let's talk a little about, of course, the Trauma Recovery Service of Arizona and what you guys do.
Sure, absolutely. So we are based here in Arizona. So we see ages 13 and up, and our focus is really on restoring health and wellness and healing communities. So I'm Navajo, so it's a Native American owned and operated business. We have licensed providers, so and we really focus on restoring communities. We see individuals, children, couples, family, and we specialize in a kind of therapy called EMDR. But really, anyone with stress or change
can come see you.
Absolutely.
So it's very important. One thing, Janice, we want to make sure people understand is that you guys are not a pop-up. What we've been seeing these problems in our community, and that's one thing that's really important for people to understand out there, is that you've been in the community for a long time. You're here to help out, and it's not where you're going to go pick people off the street and things that are going on. And that's important to let people know, right?
Absolutely. We're a virtual clinic only. All our clinicians are licensed, so we don't, go around in white vans picking people up off the street. That's not how we recruit. We're here actually to help, to bring some awareness that mental health is important.
It is very important. One thing that's very important, and that is in our communities. And we know in the Indian community, just like we'll say in the African American community, we don't talk about it. When it comes to mental health, we can't discuss that. It's nothing. We keep it quiet, which we can't do anymore. We really need to, in all the communities, start talking about getting help and talking, and it's okay, right?
Absolutely. I mean, I think a lot of us were trained early on from our families, and Janice and I were talking about this earlier, and even with you, it's that keep it in the house, right? Don't tell anyone, don't bring shame on your family. But the reality is that if we don't talk about these things, they continue to escalate.
Yeah, and that's important there. Also with the stress, anxiety, depression, hurts our health, what we need to really focus on, because I'm tired, or oh, my bones hurt, or I'm okay, I have a headache, here and there. That's stress, that's anxiety, that's something you need to talk about and do, am I right?
Absolutely.
Yeah, so let's talk a little about that, about how that is affecting people's just physical fitness, right?
It does. If your mental health stability is not right, you're not happy with something in your life, you have some type of stress, you don't have an outlet, it does affect your daily life and those around you. So you want to make sure that you take care of yourself. Self-care is very important.
Yeah. Two people I think that we really need to talk about that need to be taken care of. One are the mothers and the women in our lives, and then we'll also talk about the men too, because I think they hold off the stress and don't want to go talk about it because I got to be strong and everything. Yeah. But let's talk about moms who are taking care of the family first and not themselves, and that's where we see a lot of the problems out there, don't we?
Absolutely. I think we have to remember to put that priority on yourself because, moms typically, in our experience, are the center of the family. They're the ones doing all the things. We have all the extra jobs that we do. We're toting kids, we're making meals, we're working. And so we also have to make sure that we're making time in our daily lives to care for ourselves. We'll be better parents because of it.
And then, of course, men going and talking. It's okay. I'll even say I have someone I talk to, at least once a week sometimes if I'm getting stressed out, work or home or whatever. And it's okay. And it's not a major stress. It just might be even paying the bills. Pretty much social media is getting us, anything like that. Yeah. So let's just very quickly, I know we got to wrap up. I wish we'd talk more, but what are some tips you can give people right now, especially with breathing tips on relieving stress a little bit?
Yeah, absolutely. So one of the things that we teach people when they first come in is like relaxation techniques. And so it's really easy to get wound up. And so we want you to practice breathing. So you can see on the screen, I think there's a breathing exercise. So we're actually going to do it today here. So what I'm going to have you do is take a deep breath, and we're going to breathe in for a 4 count. Hold it for a 4 count, and then let it go. What did that feel like?
Oh my gosh, felt very, very relieved because I'm doing the interview and I get stressed with these. Now I'm like, all right, I'm done. All right, whoa, this
good.
feels good.
I'm gonna
This is
take it
good.
out.
But
Right.
that's all it takes right there, right? So I love
Something
it.
simple.
That's
Yeah.
awesome. Tell people where they can find out more about, of course, the program and about you guys.
Yeah, so our phone number is the best way to reach us, 602-661-0200, and then you can also meet us on our website because we're virtual, so it's trsofaz.com.
Perfect. Thank you, ladies, for coming in.